did this happen? You guys. Yikes. I do. Shut up, Sarah. I do. Hey, guys. Okay. Remember how last month was fantastic and I only had a couple books and they were sent to me and it was so good? Yeah. Something happened in June and I was just buying books. It's fine. I do have 4 that were sent to me. So I'll talk about those. And then I bought everything else. I think I have 15 books here. Is that right? Yeah, I have 15 books. Okay, this first one was sent to me from HarperCollins, and that is 7 X's. This is by Lucy Vine. And this one came out on June 20th, so it is available now. And this one follows a woman who is convinced that she has already met the one for her, but he got away. So he's one of her exes. And so now she is going on a mission to figure out which one that is because she doesn't know. And it's reuniting with all of her exes to see which one is the one that got away and see if she can rectify that. Okay, this next one is really very interesting. This one comes out in October. It was sent to me from HarperCollins as well. And this one is called Kill Show. This is by Daniel Swearenbecker. And this is a novel, but it is a kind of twist on a true crime thing as well. So this is following a disappearance of a girl who had gone missing in Maryland, and there was like this whole media frenzy and it divided America, and like it was a whole big thing, right? So this is 10 years later, and it is told in interview style where 26 people who were related to the case somehow are now speaking out about it. And yeah, so it sounds really interesting, and I can't figure out if it's based on an actual disappearance or not, or like an actual case. I can't figure that part out, but this is a novel. So it's not a nonfiction necessarily, but it could have been inspired either by one case or several cases mixed together, possibly. But I think that's a really interesting take. So I'm definitely going to be reading this one. So huge thanks to Harper for sending along those books to me. These next 2 books were sent to me by Laura. Laura, thank you so much, and thank you for your sweet note. Okay, so the first one is The Westing Game, and this one is by Ellen Raskin. I'm very, very excited to read this. I am always shocked at how small and teeny tiny this is, but this is a middle grade novel, and I believe it's kind of a classic as well, but I believe this is like a mystery middle grade, so that sounds very interesting as well. So I'm definitely excited to read this one at some point. And then, okay, Laura, I'm not kidding you. I was looking at this book on Pango recently because I was like, man, this is one of my most anticipated reads for this year that I don't own yet. There's not many that I don't already own one way or another, whether I have it physically or on my Kindle from NetGalley. But this is one that I did not have. I got denied on NetGalley. It's fine. And I just hadn't picked it up physically yet. And I was looking on Pango because I was like, maybe I could go ahead and get it. But they're all still pretty, like, I might as well just buy it brand new because of the prices. But then she sent it to me. And I'm not kidding. I was looking at it and like contemplating it and then left it. And then 2 days later, this showed up. So Laura, you and me, let me tell you. She sent me Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. I have heard such good things about this book from a couple of my friends who have read it, and I'm very excited to get to this. And again, it is on my most anticipated releases list for this year, so I definitely want to be getting to it. But this is literally about a family full of killers, and they're having some sort of reunion, and then someone dies, and obviously someone in the family has done it, and so they're trying to figure all that out. But I have heard that this breaks the fourth wall, and I kind of love that. So I'm very, very excited to get to this one. So Laura, thank you so much. Okay, everything else about myself. I got a couple of books from work. Now, I was not planning to get these books. It was on a whim. It just happened. I have been helping open a new store that is in Reston, Virginia. It just opened up, and I was part of the crew that was helping to set the store up and, set up all the displays and unpack all the stuff and get the store ready for opening. I was part of that crew, so that was really cool to see the other side of opening a store, especially a bookstore like that. So that was a lot of fun. And I worked there on opening day as well. Opening day was awesome, and there were some author signings happening. So they got some pretty cool people in there signing books on opening day. And I ended up buying 2 books by the same author because she was there signing them. And I was like, oh man. And then my friend Audrey from Chapter and Converse had just recently read the first book in this series, and she loved it. Loved it. Well, actually, she read both of them and loved both of them. So I was like, okay, all right, I'm convinced. So I ended up getting the Agathas and The Night in Question. These are by Kathleen Glasgow and Liz Lawson. So Liz Lawson is the author that was there signing. So she signed both of these books for me, which is super awesome, and they're personalized to me. And she was very sweet. We got to chat for a little bit, and I helped set up the table and do all that stuff. So she was very, very nice. And yeah, but these are YA mystery books, and it's a glowing review from Audrey. So I went ahead and just grabbed them. They're special. They're signed to me. It's fine. It's fine. Another author event that I was able to go to at a different Barnes & Noble. So not the one that I work at, not the Reston one, but a different one. It's Claire Legrand. And she is one of my auto-buy authors. I have given all of the books that I've read from her so far 4 or 5 stars. And I just love her books. This is her new release that is actually coming out. It's been pushed a little bit, so it comes out on June 27th is the official release day. And I got an early copy because she was doing her book tour. And so everywhere that she was stopping had copies of the book. So I was able to get one. But this is A Crown of Ivy and Glass. This is the first book in her new adult trilogy fantasy series. And I'm very excited to read it because I was able to go and listen to her talk and just hearing her inspiration behind it. This was a, quarantine book. She wrote it during the quarantine and all that stuff. So very excited to read this one for sure. But she did sign it for me. And again, we got to chat a little bit, and she was just very kind, and I love her. So very excited for this one. Okay. And then I 100% fell into the Amazon sale. You guys. So they had a 3 for 2. Is that what they call it? Where you buy 3 books and then you get 1 free. So I 100% fell into it because one of these books I was just dying to get my hands on and just purchase finally. And then when this popped up, I was like, I'm just going to go for it. So, they pick certain books and they are part of this deal. So you pick 3 of them, one of them ends up being free. And so as I was looking through the selections, I went ahead and picked 3 that I'm very excited about. First one is Trust. This is by Hernan Diaz. This just won the Pulitzer Prize for fiction, along with Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. They both won. And I had been interested in this for a while. I think it's like in a dystopian book. It's an adult book, and I feel like it's a bit of a dystopian type world. But every time I read a little bit about it, I'm very intrigued. And then it won the Pulitzer, and I was like, okay, well, now I'm even a little more interested. So I just went ahead and purchased it. I also grabbed the last book, I believe, written by this author that I don't own. Guys, this cover is everything. Okay, so My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. This cover looks like the 1980s VHS tape. You guys, it is so fantastic. I love this cover so much. Like, I can't get enough of it. I believe this is the only book of his I don't own. I'm pretty positive. So now I do, and I got it for a great price. So yay, very excited. And then the one book that was on there that made me make the purchase, this was it. This was the cincher, is All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby. This is his newest release. It just came out. I loved the book that I read from him, and now I want to read all of his books. All of them, because I love his writing so much. So this one was definitely on my radar. I wanted to buy it, and now I have. Okay, also on Amazon, this was not part of the sale, but I just went ahead and used it because I had a gift card. I fell for the hype, guys. I really hope I don't regret this. The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. I've got the hardcover because I've seen it before. You guys, this is gorgeous. And even the hardcover is buttery. I don't understand how that happens. It is beautiful. Okay. What is this? This is I believe it's a fantasy romance, I believe. But okay. So I was doing sprints with Krista one night and I was on with her and someone was reading this and she pitched it as The Hunger Games, but with vampires. And I immediately went, oh, yes, please. And I added it to my wish list. So I've been keeping an eye on it. The price is not budging. So I knew that if I ended up picking it up, I would need to probably pay full price for it, which is fine. But I used a gift card, so I got it for free. So whatever, it's fine. It also is available on Kindle Unlimited. So if you have a Kindle and you want to give it a try before you purchase it, that's an option as well. But I had a gift card, so I didn't use any money. But I really hope this is good. I know that there's 2 books out in this series, so I'm going to read this, see what I think. But Hunger Games with Vampires immediately had my attention. Okay, so I have some Book of the Month books. I got a box this month. I think I've skipped the last 2 months because I just wasn't interested in what they were offering, / I already had what they were offering. So that was a thing too. But this month, for the month of June, I ended up getting 3 books. So definitely got a box. The one that I said absolutely 100% yes, I was hoping was going to be in there is The Whispers by Ashley Audrain. I loved The Push, which was her first novel. This is her second novel, so I'm very excited. And I'm hearing good things about it, actually. A couple people have been reading it and really enjoying it. So very happy to have this one. This is going to be another one that deals with the role of a mother and kind of like what really happened between like behind closed doors type stuff, like versus what is being presented. So I'm definitely excited for this one. I also grabbed The Spectacular. This is by Fiona Davis. I have not read anything by this author yet, but I really need to because I have a few of her books now. This is another one that like I'm collecting her books, but not reading them. But I love this cover. Love it. And she is known for writing about famous buildings, especially in New York. And I believe this one is about Radio City Music Hall. And very possibly, I don't know if it follows the Rockettes. I think it does. I think it follows the Rockettes as well. So yeah, but this cover is so gorgeous and the premise really caught my eye. Okay, and then the main pick, those were both add-ons, by the way. The main pick that I picked up was Ink Blood Sister Scribe by Emma Torres. I had not heard about this book until people started speculating about like this being, there was a hint that came out. And so everyone was speculating it was this one. And when I read the description, I was like, oh yeah, definitely. This is a fantasy novel. I don't fully even remember anymore now because that is just what happens. It is a debut, so that's good. So 2 estranged half-sisters are tasked with guarding their family's library of magical books. That's all I need. I'm in. Last but definitely not least, this finally came. So I bought into Brandon Sanderson's Kickstarter when he announced it. The 4 books that he wrote during the quarantine, and he was doing a Kickstarter campaign for them. There were going to be special editions. And I 100% didn't even think twice about buying into that. So I supported it. And book number 2 is here. So this is The Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval England. Can we talk about that title? It's fantastic. By Brandon Sanderson. This does have artwork in it. Oh my gosh. Oh, so pretty. Who's the artwork by? Steve Argyle is the artist who does the artwork in here. And I mean, look. Isn't that gorgeous? Wow. So the first book was green. This one is blue, obviously. Blue tones. There's even blue printing in here. Yeah. This is so cool. Some of the words are even blue. Oh man, this is going to be so much fun to read. Yeah, so lots of fun. But it finally came. So yeah, very excited. It's like leather bound and printed. Oh, it's so pretty, you guys. I am so happy with these books. I can't even explain it. And I have 2 more coming. But so we're getting 1 a quarter, basically. And yeah, so excited to have this. Okay. 15 books. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not even going to like go into a tailspin about it. I did what I did. I own it and it's totally fine. I'm very excited about all these books. I just need to start getting on top of all the books and all the things. Let me know down below your thoughts. Let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, we'll see if July can be a little bit less. Let's make that a goal. Less than 15 next month, Sarah. Less than 15. All right. I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day.